I want you to think about the most present you've ever been. I want you to think of those times, man, when you've been so present that life itself actually comes through you and you almost don't recognize yourself. It's just like a real surge of present moment energy, a real stream of consciousness. And I want you to notice that these little moments that we have, this is when we become life itself. This is when we become reality. Imagine you are watching a Premier League football game and it's come to the end and there's a man of the match. And let's say Erling Haaland is the man of the match. And he walks over to where the pundits are and they interview him. And what I notice is so special, man. I notice a certain admiration that these commentators and pundits have of this player. This player has just scored goals. This player has just become like the fucking man. You know, have you ever thought about that, man? Imagine how it feels to be Erling Haaland, to be the fucking guy in the stadium. Fuck! That must be so cool, man. I love seeing that. Especially when I'm in more of like a masculine state of consciousness. Maybe a bit of retention or something. Oh, fuck retention. Even if I'm not on retention, I'm like, you know, I'm like, it's that aliveness, man. Oh, man, it's so good. Anyway, so I want you to observe the pundits and the commentators looking at Erling Haaland. Why? Why do they look at him with such an admiration? It's because he is life. He has just become life. When he was doing his little, you know, not his little tricks, he's more of like a power player, isn't he? When he's running with the ball, when he's scoring, he is embodying life. And they admire this in him. Even Erling Haaland is like, I don't know how I did that. I just kind of did it, right? It's because he doesn't realize that he became life in those moments. The reason you love Erling Haaland is not because you like the guy. He's a fucking normal guy. It's because you love when he channels God. You love when he channels spirit and presence. But he may not have this understanding, or he probably doesn't, because for reasons you can imagine. But I want you to start to notice this. Notice the presence that he has when he is scoring. Another perspective that we can look at this from is the perspective that life moves on. Because we can still find life in that interview, whether it be Erling Haaland or not. For example, if Thierry Henry, former professional football player, if he is speaking with Erling Haaland, he himself can channel life. We could say that life is found within the brilliant intelligence and insight and analysis from Thierry Henry himself, from his present moment channeling of him sharing his footballing insights. This is a footballing great. He has a great footballing mind. He understands it. He understands the pressure, the emotions, the lived experience that Erling Haaland would have had. He gets it. When he is sharing this intelligence, that is life. If you want to become life, stand in the truth. It is one thing to say the truth. It is another thing to stand in the truth. When Thierry Henry is speaking about football, he is standing in his truth. He is standing in truth itself because his very existence is of a lifetime of football. You can become life in a similar way if you stand in the truth. You can do this for other people. It's actually an interesting one. You'll like this, man. So you can become life just by honoring the truth. Because what you'll notice is that people, and I mean this in the most loving and truthful and observational way, people are egos. So people will just fucking lie. People just bullshit. That's what we do, bro. However, what you can do if you want to, man, is you can say, okay, I see that I'm an ego. All right. But then if you really want to, you can just like be the truth. So you can just stand in the truth and tell the truth. And what will happen is people will interface with you, but their bullshit doesn't get past you. So they're kind of just like, excuse me, can I just, and you're like, no. Like, you said you'd do this and you didn't do this thing that you said you'd do. You just say a one truthful thing that immediately, like, you know, pierces their illusory existence or their bullshit. Everyone has this, man. I have this all the time. I have this every day. However, here's the thing with this, man. Most people, they won't stand in truth. So if you are in your ego and you're like misbehaving or whatever, you're probably going to have ego butting up against ego. Or maybe someone will take the place of truth. Maybe you notice that you're kind of like being a little bit squirmy. You're not really like being very honest. Notice sometimes people will let that slide. Sometimes people will meet you with ego. And then other times people will stand in the truth and they will actually become life in that moment. So notice, have you ever, for example, kind of like told someone off? Or I don't know, man, where you yourself have become you've stepped into a position of authority because it's necessary, it's needed in my own life. If a client that I'm working with is maybe late or maybe they haven't shown up or something, I have no choice but to stand in the truth and lovingly have a conversation with them about that. And it's nothing personal or anything. But what's fascinating is I become life in that moment. I don't have a choice. I just kind of am because, and I want you to notice a theme here, life is the truth. If you really have an intuition, you can hear that ontologically. You can hear that in a deep, deep, deep sense where truth is actually reality itself. If you don't understand it, that's okay, man. Just try to notice that life and reality are interconnected with truth. So what is the main characteristic of becoming life? I would suggest it is presence. You want to notice what things make you deeply present. I'm talking about times where you really lose yourself to fucking reality, bro. You really say, you know, man, I don't know what that was, but that apparently I did that, right? It surprises you. You're like, what the hell, man? It's like, it's when you do things that you don't even realize that you're capable of doing. It's because life is helping you do it. It's because life is doing it. You're not doing it. Another way of thinking about this is when you're really good at something. You're really good when you're in your zone of genius. Notice what happens. When you are in your natural state, when in a state of flow, because you are doing something that is aligned for you. For example, in recent times, man, I've discovered that my specialty in life, what I'm really good at, is facilitation. I'm speaking with you now. This is a thing I do. I speak, but I love to facilitate. I love to be with different people's energy and move that energy around the room, skillfully, tactically, or tactfully, with emotional understanding and with consciousness. This is something I'm quite good at. So I generally lose myself in the moment to life, and I become life. So that's me. But for you, I would ask you, what do you love? What do you love? What can you die to? That is what you want to start thinking about and start doing more. Fuck thinking about it, bro. Do it more. Become it. Again, it's not even a doing, it's a being. The whole idea here is when you become life, you enter into a being state. Life is being. You become that being. You become life. You just... Also, it's this, man, I forgot to mention. Your mind, it's pretty much not there. Why? Because you are, again, in being. You are very present. I know how hard it is, man, in life to have a fucking mind. I've recently realized that we're all just fucking thinking all the time, myself included. But sometimes when you have these moments of presence, we must honor them. We must treasure them, man. God, especially when fucking how hard it can be sometimes. It's nice to feel consciousness. Nice to have a stream of consciousness. Nice to become life, man. Recently, I was out with my brother. We went on a walk and my brother said, "Hey man, you think it's going to rain?" And I said, "You know, man, I'm looking at the weather right here on my phone and it says it's meant to rain exactly when we go out and it's meant to stop when we get back." And he's like, "Should we just go anyway? You know, no umbrella, like 20 minutes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it, man." And we go, and dude, we did it. We went out. And bro, we got soaked. We got soaked. But you know what happened, dude? I became life. This is so beautiful and almost poignant. I was so present with my bro. I was so present with my brother, man, that I started to just kind of like be silly and goofy and stupid and ignorant even. I was saying just stuff, just whatever came to me, bro. And I remember walking back and we were getting near where we live. And I remember I was saying something like, I don't know, it wasn't quite as wise as what I'd normally say, you might say. And bro, get this. I was not judging myself for what I was saying. I was being just fucking spontaneously present. I was just saying whatever was on my mind because I was so like present with my bro because we were running in the rain. Anyway, dude, I had achieved a state of, it's a lack of self-consciousness. When you become life, you are not self-conscious. You are just conscious. You are just being. The self isn't really there. It's what we want. It's all we want. Yeah. So this is my recent example. And I noticed I was not judging myself as much anymore. I was letting myself be a fucking idiot. Because I was life. Life doesn't give a fuck, bro. Life is just lifing. Life is just life itself. We make ourselves wrong. Sometimes when when I'm really free, I kind of judge myself. Oh fuck, maybe I was a little bit too enthusiastic, too expressive. And then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm judging myself. Fuck. No. Become life. In that moment, if you were judging yourself, if you truly became life, you'd just be present. Or you'd laugh at your human chatter. I gotta tell you, man, I'm so aware of how what I talk about can be fucking hard to access. Do you have any idea how hard it is as a human to access higher consciousness? Or being state, whatever the fuck I mean by that. Hard, bro. This is, what I describe here is the product of years of work. It is to become self-disciplined. It is to become purified, and it is to honor what you do. Erling Haaland had to work his dick off to get to where he is professionally. Does he have the genetics naturally? Yeah, of course he does, man. But he had to go through the process. In the same way, for me to share this, for me to even be in the state that I'm in now, I have had to work through so much shit. Of course, man. I'm trying to keep it real with you, bro, as I talk about this stuff. It's like, I understand, man. I get it. Like, I see it in myself. When I'm in all different states, when I'm in the lower states, maybe I'm stuck for like 2 fucking weeks in a row, bro. I mean, that doesn't happen to me as much anymore because I've learned to live with like higher standards of discipline and, how do I describe this, man? I guess like in honoring of the truth, committing to the truth. If I choose to live and I commit and I honor God, I honor truth, I honor reality, then I don't suffer as much. And I'm sure it's the same for you, bro. But I've learned to be loose, to not hold tightly to rigid discipline, to let myself learn. You could say, one day I'm life, right? And then maybe a few days later I'm like, or, far, or, right? Whatever those noises or facial expressions, however they translate to mental states, emotional states. You already know what I'm talking about. You already get it, bro, because you're human like me. We're human there. Brother or sister, we are going to call things here. If you have seen something today that inspires you, man, and you would like my support, you would like one-to-one work with me in the form of coaching or mentoring. This is the professional service that I offer. If you are interested in that, you can book a call with me. We can speak and we can see if we are a good fit. Yes? Okay. If I could help you, man, you can check that out. There's a link to my website below. Otherwise, man, I appreciate you. I understand that there's only so many people who will watch this content, because most people are just distracting themselves. Some people like truth. Some people like authenticity. Maybe you're one of these people, man. Okay. Oh, fuck. Hopefully you can still hear me. I think I just knocked my mic over here. So, yes, hopefully we're all cool. To conclude, my friend, lots of love. Take care, man. And as always, peace.